Okay, what do we have here? What are they supplying me with? Christina Aguilera. Christian Aguilera. Dude, I feel bad for this guy already. His name's Christian Aguilera. I tried typing his name into Google and just a bunch of Christina Aguilera photos show up, and I'm just like, what? She fights in the UFC now? But then, God, that's amazing. And his nickname's The Beast. Bro, with a name like that, you can't be called The Beast. I'm sorry. No, okay, but jokes aside, this is the first fight that's going to take place in Fight Night Saskatoon between Christian Aguilera and Anthony Ivy, Aquaman. So before I start analyzing these two guys, I want to reiterate that, the odds for them. So Christian Aguilera is the underdog. You'd expect Christina Aguilera to get beaten up in a cage, but, that's not who we're talking about. But he's got plus 165. And at the same time, Anthony Ivy, he's at minus 190. So we're looking at quite a clear favorite here. But now I want to analyze why. Okay, so let's start with the underdog, the beast, Christian Aguilera. If I mess it up, just point it out, okay? He's got 13 wins and 6 losses, and this is a relatively good record. I mean, we've got quite a high amount of losses, which I don't really think favors Aguilera. But at the same time, he's got 10 of his 13 wins via knockout or technical knockout, which tells me that this guy's a machine. And he's never won via submission. He's won 3 via final decision. But at the same time, he's got 4 losses via knockout, technical knockout, and 2 via decision. So right off the bat, I see Christian Aguilera as a fighter like Cody Garbrandt a little bit. Not comparing the two whatsoever, but in terms of fighting style, I see both of them sort of as street fighters. I was talking about this in my other Cody Garbrandt video. A guy with 10 knockout wins out of 13 and 4 knockout losses out of 6 is a guy that pressures you hard onto the cage, and he's a guy who's swinging. He'll either hit you and crack you, or he's gonna get cracked. And so with these fighters, it's really like 50-50. I feel like if he does connect with Anthony Ivy, it could be danger. At the same time, something that doesn't favor a fighter like Aguilera is the difference in height. He sits at 5'9", Ivy sits at 6'2", so the reach advantage is definitely not in Aguilera's favor. But so specifically in terms of the fighting records, how is Aguilera coming into Fight Night Saskatoon? He's got 2 of his, he's coming from a 2-win win streak against Krzysztof Kulak in October 2019, and he won via TKO in the very first round. And then in January 31st, 2020, he beat Glaucio Eliseiro via decision. As I said, I feel like Aguilera is a fighter who's going to pressure you. He's going to look for that knockout victory, as he did in 10 of his 13 fights. And I really think, and I'm actually really interested to look at some of his highlights, because that's how I envision him, but I just want to see some of his best knockouts. So see, watch him press. Look how he presses. Boom. Clips him with the hook, right? Clips him with the hook and then approaches him, right? Approaches him slowly. But the pressure is always high. And then boom, locks him there. Boom, boom, right, left. You see how he's always engaging. He's never letting the other fighter rest in any way. Like, the first thing I saw with this record and with a fighter like Aguilera is someone who's going to slowly push you towards the cage and just keep swinging. Which gives him the opportunity to be exposed. But at the same time, if he does clip you, that's where he starts playing games with you. And this is where I think you see the game. He's never been submitted. So, he has his back exposed, but at the same time, he was able to get out of a fight like that. And so that, that goes to show that his grappling game is also good. They keep going. Look at them. Look. Engages. Jabs. Jab back. Guard exposed. And then boom, clips him hard. And you could even hear that from the stands. The guy dove in. You had Seixas that dove in, and then Aguilera hit him right away. Boom again. Left, right. Do you see the swinging? Aguilera isn't the guy who just gives that slow jab, looks for that clean hook. He's just swinging, dude. But like again, if he connects, like that's the type of fighter he is, which I think is extremely entertaining. Tell he's waiting for him. Boom, uppercut, game over, just like that. So again, like that. Oh my God, dude, are you joking, man? That's just unbelievable. This guy, oh my God, this guy's a tank. This guy's an absolute tank. And honestly, it's crazy, man. It's crazy how he just like pressures you into that and then boom, gets that uppercut. That was a second round win against Ricardo Seixas. But hey, that's enough about Aguilera. Now I want to get into the opponent that he's fighting, which is Anthony Ivy, Aquaman. So we were talking about the reach advantage. First of all, Ivy sits at 6'2" in height, so he's got that reach advantage 100%. He's got 8 wins and 2 losses, which is a record that is more clean. 5 of those wins have come from knockout or technical knockout. 3 have come via submission, and the only 2 losses he's faced is via submission. And so the reason why I think that Anthony Ivy is going to win this fight, despite the fact that Aguilera is a beast, is because of 2 things. Number 1, we saw Aguilera diving in like a madman, okay? Like, if he clips you, okay. But at the same time, you know, he was clipped many times. He was cut over the left eye. And those are all like the outcomes of a fighter who fights like a street fighter, just like dives in. It's either get hit or get hit. A fighter like Anthony Ivy, on the other hand, he's got 5 wins via knockout, so he definitely has the ability to knock a fighter like that out. Like, if a fighter lunges in, Ivy will hit you. At the same time, though, what Ivy has that Aguilera doesn't have is that, you know, that jiu-jitsu, that grappling game. He's got 3 of his 8 wins via submission versus 0 for Aguilera. And I think the only dangerous game, dangerous part of the game for a fighter like Anthony Ivy is his submission defense, because he's lost 2 of his 2 fights via submission. But again, I don't see Aguilera as a fighter that's going to like look for those holds that will jeopardize Ivy's game. And so I don't know. I just feel like I see this. I don't know if I see this fight going the final decision, via decision, because I mean, like I don't see this fight going decision, because Ivy has not ended a single one of his 10 fights via unanimous decision, whether he won it or whether he lost it. And at the same time, a fighter like Aguilera, only 5 of his 19 total fights in the UFC have ended in a decision. So personally, I think that Ivy could potentially knock Aguilera out in this one, or I think there could be a potential submission. Here. I'd be very interested to see how this fight ends, but I'm going to go with Anthony Ivy. I think Ivy's going to win for all the things that I just said. And yeah, I mean, you know, I think at the end of the day, you know, precision meets power. What did McGregor say? Precision meets power, and timing beats speed. So I just think that's why Ivy's going to win. But again, that's how I think the fight is going to unravel. Aguilera, he's a beast fighter. He is the underdog, right? Yeah, he is the underdog. But at the same time, you saw the beast that he was. But again, I don't know. Like I really think Ivy's going to take this one home. But again, I want to know what you guys think. Drop it down in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, I'm also going to be covering the later prelims that are going to take place, as well as the main card, which is going to be extremely interesting to analyze as well. If you're new to the channel and I see you guys in the next one because you subscribed, then I'll see you guys in the next one.